If you've ever thought about reviving the dead, you're not alone. This idea has fascinated humanity for centuries, from ancient myths to modern science fiction. The concept of bringing someone back to life is both thrilling and terrifying, sparking countless stories and theories. But what does science say about this? Here's why it's not possible, yet. Despite our advances in medicine and technology, reviving the dead remains beyond our reach. The reasons are deeply rooted in the fundamental workings of life itself. When someone dies, their body stops functioning at the smallest levels, the cells. These cells are the building blocks of life, and they rely on a delicate balance of chemical reactions to keep us alive. I'm talking about the molecular level within individual cells. Each cell is like a tiny factory, with countless processes happening simultaneously to maintain life. These tiny processes are incredibly delicate and fall apart quickly once disrupted. When a person dies, these processes stop, and the cells begin to break down almost immediately. Imagine a super complex orchestra where every musician needs to play in perfect harmony. Each instrument represents a different cellular process, and together they create the symphony of life. Death is like suddenly stopping the music, causing all the instruments to fall silent. The harmony is lost, and the orchestra can no longer play the symphony of life, and it's nearly impossible to get every musician back in sync again. Restarting the orchestra would require perfect timing and coordination, something that is incredibly difficult to achieve once the music has stopped. Now, freezing seems like a cool idea, right? The concept of cryonics, or freezing a body to preserve it for future revival, has been a popular topic in both science and fiction. If you could freeze a living body quickly enough, you might be able to pause all those molecular processes, essentially putting life on hold. Theoretically, this would allow the body to be preserved without decay, waiting for a time when future technology could revive it. But here's the catch: humans are just too big. The process of freezing a human body is not as simple as it sounds. By the time we freeze a human, the freezing process itself causes too much damage. Ice crystals form within the cells, tearing them apart and causing irreversible damage. Some small animals can survive being frozen and thawed, thanks to special adaptations that protect their cells from ice damage. But for us, it's a no-go. Our cells are not equipped to handle the stress of freezing and thawing, making the process fatal rather than preservative. Our size makes it impossible to freeze fast enough without causing cellular damage. The larger the organism, the more difficult it is to freeze uniformly, leading to uneven freezing and more damage. So while it's a fascinating concept, the science behind reviving the dead is way more complex than it seems. It involves not just preserving the body, but also restarting the intricate processes that sustain life. Stick around for more mind-blowing science facts. The world of science is full of wonders and mysteries, and who knows what the future holds.